Edo State House of Assembly don't call on state government say make dem take quick and serious action to stop the plenty kidnapping and killings wey dey shele for the state. The motion come after Honourable Gabi Kingsley wey dey represent Esako East raise matter of urgent public importance as e yarn say the barbaric killings and everyday kidnapping don turn im constituency to fear zone. E can also remind the House say recently dem kpai 8 civil defence officers and 1 civilian, and also yarn say the insecurity don take away peace and livelihoods of the citizens. E can still talk say
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Gabi Kingsley. I represent Esako East State constituency. Mr. Speaker, it is saddening and with sorrow to report to this House a recent incident that happened just last week, to be precise, at about 10:30 to 11 p.m. on Friday night, where 8 civil defense men were killed and another civilian. Mr. Speaker, I am from Esako East, and Esako East is a border community and a border local government in Edo State. Mr. Speaker, when you come around the Agbebaku axis, you have the River Niger, cutting, dividing us between the people of Kogi State. And when you come on the other axis, you have the vast farmland and bush parts separating us from the people of Okene, also in Kogi State. So also, if you go towards Akoko Edo, you also have that same separation. Mr. Speaker, ordinarily, when a river passes through your community or your state, it was supposed to be a source of economic advantage to your community because you have sharp sands to sell, you have sharp sand to do business with. And for Esako East, and anytime I stand up in this floor to talk about Esako East, you hear me saying the blessed people. It is also a community that is blessed with solid mineral resources, including limestone and all of that. So also you go to Akoko Edo, you have all of that around this area. And this is ordinarily supposed to be a blessing to the people of not just Esako East, but Edo State. Mr. Speaker, the railway passes through Agbebaku. So ordinarily, it's also another source of economic importance, not just to Edo State, to the country, but again, the immediate community and the people from Agbebaku should ordinarily enjoy all of this. Because you have a Jakarta still just close by. And so when all these businesses flourish, it means we will have to use all of that. But Mr. Speaker, all of these have been like pain to the people of Esako East, pain to the people of Agbebaku, pain to the people of Okwela, pain to the people of North Ibie, and I think to other parts of Edo State. Mr. Speaker, as I speak to you, seminarians were kidnapped at Tibianuko, this minor seminary. And as we speak, 2 are still in the custody in the hands of these kidnappers. Mr. Speaker, as I speak to you, a village called Iyebua, people were kidnapped in the farmlands. And up to now, nothing is, they will demand for ransom. And then when you come with about an amount, they will increase it again. And Mr. Speaker, just last week here, another village head in Ukbela was killed and was beheaded. All, even when they paid ransom. Mr. Speaker, I would have only come to this chamber today wearing black. But because there is still black in my camp, that symbolizes that we are all in tears in our local community. Agreed that even a Chinese man was kidnapped, even in the course of killing this civil defense men. But I think I need to come to this house and ask you, my colleagues, to join your voice, because we need to either take this issue to the National Security Advisor. I hear about Sambisa Forest, but I think the deep forest we have between Okpebholo and Kogi State, if they have to give it a name so that it puts a solution to this, we will be happy it is given a national connotation. So that our brothers also in the National Assembly, in the House of Reps and the Senate, also take this up. Because the governor of Edo State has done so well. He has done so well that from training of Edo Security Corps to having the CP do their best. But I think I have to talk about the National Security Advisor in this case, because I think it cannot only be Sambisa that people die. It cannot. People have died so much in Okpebholo, where I come from. And I think recently I also heard how they blocked some people towards Ovia here, not too long. And then the bus, the Edo State governor provided, Edo, the bus that was taking people to Edo North, people were also attacked. And so, Mr. Speaker, you can see why I didn't make this thing a motion, why it wasn't going to be a thing I should sponsor. I want the whole House to sponsor it. I want the whole House to add their voice. And I think if we make a resolution in this House today and have this shown to everybody in the world, the National Security Advisor of this country will feel what we have said here, and we know that with our governor taking this resolution, if possible, to the presidency and to Abuja, we will finally see what we can do to those parts of Edo State and all parts of Edo State where all this barbaric act has taken place. Mr. Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. This is my matter of public.
Honorable Jezeli Sunday Osezwa and the minority leader, Honorable Charity Agbebaku, joined chook mouth for the matter as them yan say not be only Esako is the suffer, the wahala don't spread reach every corner of Edo. Them yan say the matter don't pass ordinary kidnapping, say it don't turn real terrorism as even small pikins them not they safe again.
Mr. Speaker, I will start by consoling with my colleague from Esako East. Mr. Speaker, I will start by letting this House know that managing insecurity in Nigeria is becoming so intractable. I must confess. It has become a situation that is all pervading as far as Nigeria is concerned. But the dimension it is taking in Edo State, Mr. Speaker, is something that must be watched. It's something that must be looked into very closely. Else, we will soon get to a situation that is happening in Plateau State, Nasarawa State, Benue State, and so many other states in the northwest and the north central in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, if you watch very well, very closely, you will find out that in the streets of Benin, in the streets in Edo State, you find so many people from Benue, so many people from Nasarawa State, so many people from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, not because what they are doing here is palatable to them, but for the fact that they have been driven away by the challenges of insecurity in their localities. Mr. Speaker, I think not only the House of Assembly, I think the security apparatus in Edo State have to gear up to their responsibility. I think there is also a need for us to meet with the Chief Executive Officer of Edo State to also look closely into this issue. We are talking about Esako East now. Not only Esako East, there is no way where no local government, no constituency in Edo State as it is today that is free from insecurity. This morning, I was just told that even in my constituency, East and South East state constituency, there were a lot of kidnapping activities from yesterday to this morning, even to the extent that people were killed. So many people were killed, not just security officers alone, even the indigent people were killed, farmers were killed, and so on and so forth. I think, Mr. Speaker, there is need for us. I think we have said a lot as far as this chamber is concerned. We have said a lot of these issues, we have discussed so much about it, and I think it is now for us to meet with our chief executive officer or the special advisor on security to discuss closer issues on how to resolve this problem. Mr. Speaker, as you speak now, not less than 15 people from my constituency are in captivity in the hands of these kidnappers. Every now and then, anytime I get a call from my constituency, it's always call of insecurity, kidnapping, and the rest of the thing. I think it's becoming too much. Mr. Speaker, don't forget that the period we are presently is the period of famine, and most of my constituents are farmers. If this thing is not looked into very closely as quickly as possible, we will be faced with problem of food shortages in our constituencies or in the state in general. We need to take the bull by the horn, not just the way we have been looking at it at this level. That I think we need to take a step forward to the next level.
Very sorry, sir. The member greetings at the East for bringing this alarming situation to the forefront again. I said again because it has become recurrent. It is becoming almost intractable, and it's fearsome. Fearsome, Mr. Speaker, because the issue of kidnapping has been turned into a trade. People now see it as a way of living. Kidnapping, when we are growing up, sir, is so far from. When they say kidnapping, you think it's a thing that is not possible. We used to watch it in films then, and they used to have rules of engagement. They hire special people to negotiate the release of kidnapped victims, and there are some things that is said, there are some things that are not said, and upon payment of ransom, the people are released. Mr. Speaker, today, what is happening in Nigeria cannot even qualify as kidnapping because there's no rules of engagement. It is not heard that kidnappers will demand ransom and the ransom is paid, yet the victim is killed. That is what the civilized world call kidnapping. What is happening in Nigeria, sir, cannot qualify by any means because it doesn't fall into that straitjacket definition of kidnapping. What we have in our hands is terrorism. We must elevate the issue to that level of terrorism. Mr. Speaker, I watched a film on social media yesterday where two young boys clad in school uniform. I understood that they were students of the minor seminary in the same Mesako East. They were kidnapped some days ago, and I saw them in the video holding human skull and begging everybody that people should come to their rescue, people should pay the money so that they will be released. Young children between the age of 10 and 12, I don't think they are more than that. And you see the fright in them. That child is traumatized forever. And as the video was ongoing, sir, somebody came with an AK-47. The only thing that was not shown in that figure was the face. In Nigeria, perhaps in one of our forests, they are that free, sir. They are that free. The impunity is damning. And the quietness from our security agency, I wish they can just come and surrender, that they are incapable of taking care of us again. So that we'll now start thinking whether we go back to our old system of protection, like somebody did vanish when the vehicle had accident the other day. Yes, so that we'll not go back to our ancient way of protection. The way it is today, sir, the security agencies are lying prostrate. They seem not to know what to do. of we must register our NIN and tie it to our phone so that whenever there is any security challenge, you come and get us. We are obliged. I'm sure if I'm committing any sin now or any crime, they will through my NIN connect me. Why are these kidnappers not connected? Because they use phones to make calls. Because they told us that every SIM card must be tied to a name, and by virtue of that registration, the people will be traced. Why are these kidnappers not traced? It was Sani Abacha who told us in Nigeria at the time he was president that whenever any criminality takes 24 hours, know that government is involved. I'm beginning to be afraid, sir, because since yesterday when I watched that video, my heart has been bleeding. I was thinking, is it only money that these children need? How do we get this money across to these people? Because if those two children die, the blood is in our hands, all of us, collectively. I don't know how we are able to elevate this matter to the highest echelon. Let the whole world know that we are under siege. I don't want those two children to die because they have cried to our conscience while alive. Are we going to keep quiet and allow the inevitable to happen? Or are we going to take action to ensure that these people are brought to book? Why am I emphasizing, Mr. Speaker? In this same country, Nigeria, an American was kidnapped and he was kept in one of those bush in northern Nigeria. The US Army came to Nigeria and rescued the kidnapped victim and liquidated those who kidnapped him. Are we saying that we cannot take such thing action in Nigeria? Can't we go and meet those who have the capacity to do such things, to train us? Why are we not investing in the right apparatus or utilities that will help us to protect ourselves? What about drone, Mr. Speaker? The Israeli government sent drone into Iraq and killed, Iran, and killed top military bases in their own country. What stops us from taking drones to our forests to kill kidnappers? I understand, sir, Mr. Speaker, that a Benin man, a certain Dr. Seligman, is the highest authority in the issue of drone development in America. If a Nigerian is saddled with that expertise, what stops us from begging him? This is your motherland. Come and help us. I know, sir, that the blood of this land flows in his vein. The umbilical cord is buried here. His DNA is tied to us. I'm sure he will oblige us. Mr. Speaker, in the last week, towards the weekend, between Obianotis and Mr. Speaker's local government, the Akure Sobero, the new Edo line, which was conceived and vetted to give better and luxurious journey for our people. That which has come as a succor to make sure that traveling from one part of Edo to the other, or even across the country, becomes a thing of pleasure. I'm sure, in a way to sabotage the effort of the government, these wicked elements targeted that vehicle, so that people will not say, I will no longer patronize that vehicle. Because I think that is an easy target. Even though I heard that the Sienna was also involved. So, Mr. Speaker, if that level of selected target is allowed, you see there will be a apprehension, and the falconer will no longer listen to the falconer. We cannot only be talking, Mr. Speaker. We must act this time. We must act, even if our action is in despair. We must act to tell the world that we can no longer help ourselves, because inaction itself is an action. Let us tell the world that without security in Edo, there is no progress in Edo, because it is security that anchors progress. I want to reiterate before I stop, sir, because I'm becoming emotional about this matter, that we should not allow those 2 children to die. Whatever we can do to assist them, having appeal to our conscience, we must do. I don't know how much they are talking about in money, but I'm also afraid their own is not all about money. But whatever it is, let us help those children to come home.
Deputy Majority Leader Honorable Isibo Ada also joined put mouth as he begged government say make dem sharply appoint oga wey go head the state security corps. He also come allege say some Edo people dey work hand in hand with terrorists and kidnappers. They give them correct intelligence, take of money, and say that one make the crisis worse. Honorable Maria Edeko still add her voice as she called on every security agency for Edo State and across Niger, say make them put more effort together to face this insecurity where they scatter the state.
Speedily fill up the vacancy of the headship of the state security corps. And in filling up that vacancy, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge the executive arm of government to recruit from among the best of the best, either in the police or any of the military services. The very best. There should be no compromise. There should be no half measures. I urge His Excellency to recruit the very, very best from among the military or police services, so that the Edo State Security Corps can carry out the complementary functions they were designed to carry out. But furthermore, Mr. Speaker, I would want to say that the security agencies cannot do it all alone. I want to say without any fear of contradiction that a lot of the insecurity we see in our beloved Edo State today, there is a serious conspiracy among our own Edo indigenes. They are involved. Our own indigenes provide most of the information that leads to these terrible things that are going on. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable members, it is very difficult for an outsider who does not know anything about the terrain or about the people to just march in there and carry out some of the things that we are seeing in Edo State today. Our people are involved, Mr. Speaker. Let us start to tell ourselves the truth. Our people are involved and they are providing negative, wicked, vicious information to these terrorists and kidnappers that are ravaging the land. When these crimes are carried out, Mr. Speaker, do these people disappear into thin air with their victims? Do these terrorists and kidnappers not drive through roads when they are escaping? Is it that nobody sees them? Do they not live among us? They do not disappear into the sky, Mr. Speaker. The people of our state must wake up and stop this attitude of conspiratorial silence. They know, and many of them choose to keep quiet. That is why this problem, borrowing the words of one of the earlier speakers from Eastern Southeast, this problem now looks seemingly intractable. Our people must learn to speak up. And for all those indigenous of Edo who have turned themselves into professional informers to criminals because of filthy blood money. Mr. Speaker, we want them to know that one day their cup will be full. And as surely as night turns into day, one day they are going to be caught, and no mercy will be offered to them. So, Mr. Speaker, the security agencies can only be as good as the information that they receive. I must say, regrettably, even if they have all the gadgets in the world, and I really agree with the minority leader that a lot needs to be done to upgrade the current equipment. But our own people must learn to start talking. There is a lot of unexplained wealth going around. A man does not just wake up in the morning, and by evening time it's a billionaire. Where did the money come from? Those who are running hotels in our various local governments, they know these people who patronize them, and they like to keep quiet because they don't want to lose that source of revenue. Those who are selling lands up and down in our various local governments, all these unscrupulous characters, do not want to talk because they don't want to. They will say, now they feel by any amount they will buy. All these are information that the security agencies need to be able to track some of these people and ask who is giving it out. Those who own nightclubs, who own lounges, they don't want to talk because they say, oh, those are the people patronizing them. Those are the ones that can buy 30 bottles of whiskey at a city. We need to change our mentality and our orientation. Securing Edo State is a collective responsibility of everybody. If you see something, you must say something. Mr. Speaker, the minority leader's name is Charity, so I'm not referring to you. When I say the very popular phrase that charity begins at home, we in Edo State must stand up and decide that we are going to take this issue of security head on. We must provide requisite information to the security agencies. And I want to restate Mr. Speaker before I take my seat, that I urge His Excellency the Executive Governor of Edo State in replacing the head of the State Security Corps to go all out and recruit the very, very best, no compromise, the very best from either the military or the police. I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker.
My brother from Esako East, I'm deeply saddened because this nightmare has gone on for a very long time. My deepest sympathy. The issue we are faced with today, if you look at the geographical location, we have the railway passing through there. We have mineral deposits in that community. These have become a very serious problem in every community where we have mineral deposits. The little knowledge I have since His Excellency came into government, he has been working so hard to provide for security. I'm aware of this. There are some trainings also going on. I also know the CP, he has, a tactical unit approved for ESA East and ESA Northeast, that we now have a second police division, sent tactical team there. Then what is the problem? The security agencies, even within the community, my own constituency, a police station I renovated, the CP made it a divisional headquarters. Last week, people going to the farm within the same community, they were kidnapped. Back rider coming from within few meters from the police station was murdered. It means policing can no longer be done the way we have been doing it. You cannot stay at the police station and be harassing the poor people. You are not doing bushcombing. You are not doing what you ought to do. Because the governor, the commissioner of police, they are not going to be with these operational men 24 hours. So we need to sit down and work. Any work you are given to do in this country, be you a truck pusher, whatever you are, do it. Because our survival lies in that. Drug, we know, is a catalyst for crime. Drugs are sold everywhere, we've been saying it. The woman carrying a basin on her head that she's selling her boat is illicit drug. So what is NDLA doing? What is NADA doing? Within our communities, you see they share this sachet of drinks with basin, we feed with drugs. So we must do something. And the Armed Forest Rangers, the Forestry Commission, when I was in ESCO, part of their mandate was that we were going to have Armed Forest Rangers. I know certain things on security that His Excellency is doing. It means the security agencies, they must do their work. And we have a new crime scene. Communities where we have mineral deposits, we must go back and rethink how we are going to deal with the crime in those areas. It's not going to stop. We are not going to wish it away. We must develop homegrown approach to deal with this problem. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
After all the deliberations and amendment to the resolve, the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, and say security patrol not suppose they stand one place, say it need to dey mobile so people go feel safe. A constituent say better road network go help security agencies respond sharp when wahala burst.
Amendment states that those state commissioner of police and other relevant security agencies to deploy additional personnel and resources to not to police but to the relevant areas that's being affected. An agreement that should be amended as such. We say those against the Then on paragraph 32, there's also an amendment that should capture all the local governments affected. The agreement, we say those against the Institution members, I also present a constituency. Look at what's happening in the advanced world. I want to come by way of adding another resolution to this solution. In the advanced world, you will not see men stay in one position. They carry their patrol vehicle, they patrol like 5 kilometers, go, come, go, passing themselves on the way. By so doing, it will also help us to reduce that happening. But by also doing that, we make sure that our roads are in proper shape. Because if you look at order in the house, these traffic is like that. But look at what happened at the line. You will see that they were intercepted where they were trying to navigate the battle, and they came out and they were intercepted. So if we must achieve this issue of patrolling, every 5 meters interval, those roads must be put in proper shape. I don't know if we can, because the government just gave out more than 100 patrol horses. You can't leave that horses on one spot. They don't patrol horses. They be patrolling the roads. And I know that they will say that there's no fear. There's no fear. So I think as a house, we have to discuss with the governor that those patrol vehicles given to them is not meant to perform. They are called patrol vehicles. They are also static in one position. They're supposed to patrol. At least let them be passing down on the way. Patrol kilometers are coming and passing on the way. By so doing, I think those paragraphs will be scared. So I don't know if you can make additional plans.
You just gave a beautiful suggestion. I think maybe because of interfacing the security agency we can hit them. I think that you can use a strong word. People say if they are already Speaker, I'm sure they will look at it as an issue. Thank you for that.
For form of the carrying families from their farms, or to be carrying their families to church, because it does happen. You see the patrol vehicle being used to men, being used to convey firewood, that will not happen to repair by his house. Please, those vehicles should use for patrols. Patrol the road every 5 meters interval. Let the vehicles pass themselves on the way. Please, this is the message from the house to all relevant security agencies. I'm going through this resolution, and most of the paragraphs have been amended. If you are agreement that this institution should be accepted by the house, please say aye. Those against say aye. Clear. This resolution should be sent to the authority for action.
The House resolved say Edo State government must urgently tackle the rising insecurity and say make them engage National Security Advisor plus other security agencies to strengthen patrols, intelligence and operations across Edo State. The House come adjourn sitting to Tuesday 9 September 2025 for 10 o'clock in the morning. Make una not forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We not dey take blame. Ekata Ojesili, TMC News.